Hey guys, welcome back. It is great to see you again. Patreon let me know a couple days ago that today is actually National Thank Your Patreons Day
or something like that. So I said, you know what, this weekend I'm going to make a video to show you guys all that we have accomplished through your pledges, through your generous givings online, through Patreon, and I want to tell you guys what I've been doing the past 365 days with the money that you have pledged to me. Even if you've only been, pledging a couple dollars for the past couple months, or you have been in it for the long haul, top tier, since I started. I mean, everything is so appreciated. I'm going to run down with you guys the cosplays that you have helped me create solely based on the income from Patreon at the end of the video. But in the meantime, let's talk about what I've been doing the past year.
Because I got a list. Let's jump in.
November 2018, I did not successfully attempt my first cosplay using body paint, but it happened. I also started TikTok at the time, and you can find that cringe on my TikTok page. It's still under the Sloth Goth. Go check it out.
I had no idea what I was doing.
December, with that said cosplay, I attempted my first DIY photo shoot here in my home.
For Christmas, and looking back on it, it is very bad. At the time, I was also making YouTube content every week.
Jump into January, I made my first successful crossover cosplay. It was Himoto-chan x Sailor Moon, and I did another DIY photo shoot, and that one turned out a lot better than my previous one. And I actually hadn't seen Himoto-chan prior to actually doing this costume, but she turned out great, needless to say, and I wore her at Anime Detour that following March, and no one got it except for 2 people in an elevator. That month I also shot a scantily Daenerys Targaryen cosplay. That has been a fan favorite, but yet I have purged from my portfolio. I did a closet cosplay of Sally from American Horror Story, Hotel. And at last, my She-Hulk first mock-up costume was a success.
This is the first costume that I had made entirely from scratch.
It was my first attempt at sock gloves, arm gloves, there we go. And I brought her to my second convention that I guested at in February.
February also brought Femme Todoroki from My Hero Academia. Unbeknownst to me, I did not realize that this was going to be the first in a little set of cosplays
that included gender-bending My Hero Academia boys that I keep doing because they're fun, and I love gender bends as much as I love crossover cosplays. I did a DIY Princess Bubblegum photo shoot as well, and one of the photos I took graces my business card at the moment. Then, last but not least, I brought Bulma from Dragon Ball to Fargo Moorhead Comic Con, and I had made her in about a week, and she is one of the most affordable costumes that I have ever made.
March, I buy my first Dremel. Black Canary is hatched. Midnight gets a sleek upgrade.
I attended my first Minnesota Anime Con, and then after months and months and months of having to fight with the website about the sizing issue of a certain cosplay, I finally got in possession of Captain Marvel cosplay.
After fighting with the manufacturers of Pro Cosplay, I finally said, bye Felicia, give me my money back, I'm never doing business with you again, and I actually went through a seller on eBay, and I was so glad that I did.
Power Girl gets an update for Starfest in her all-new, completely handmade suit.
And that was the costume that I actually got salted in and low-key famous for. June, I pushed myself out of my comfort zone by taking on the personification of a beautiful actress, Tilda Swinton, in my Ancient One costume that I brought to Denver Comic Con. I take back Power Girl and I bring her to Denver Pop Culture Con.
And this time she sported a beautiful pride flag for the month of June. I wear Captain Marvel again, and I get 100 hugs from kids at Denver Comic Con that Sunday, and I cried about 20,000 times. Only to have that costume be stolen from my car, 24 hours later.
July, I do my annual swimwear cosplay photo shoot, which my beautiful cousin Leah Kleifsid did for me.
In July, I really got into Lore Olympus, and within 2 weeks, I made a really cringy, DIY costume into, a costume that I'm really happy with.
Also, I get a bunch of you guys to start reading Lore Olympus, and that makes me so happy. August.
Captain Marvel Endgame suit arrives just in time to march in the Fargo Pride Parade, which I organized with help of a couple friends. Also in August, I gathered everything for the 13th Doctor, and she will actually not debut until October, but I did not know that at the time. September, I made Angry Purple Boy a scarf and a mask,
which was my first foam project. And Cammy from Street Fighter actually goes with me to Anime Fargo only to end up in shambles within the first hour. Roller Derby Harley Quinn from the New 52 series gets an upgrade and she gets a mallet, and I bring her with to a local convention to actually enter my first cosplay contest. October, I get to go to Ace Midwest and I'm Lululemon's sexy Georgie costume.
That was more of a joke and not trying to sexualize children at all.
Morticia Addams gets one evening out
at the 4th convention that I was able to guest at this far.
And she was in a completely handmade dress, and I was really proud of her considering she wasn't supposed to originally be Morticia Addams. But more on that later.
And now we are here in November 2019. Saria from Ocarina of Time is well on her way.
But next year I have a couple conventions that is promising in my future to guest at, is to attend for fun.
With all this being said, I really want to break down some of the things, like I promised, that you guys have totally contributed to and made possible for me.
Some of the costumes that you have totally made is Georgie, the 13th Doctor, Persephone, and all her variations.
Almost all of the items that I have been needing to get into foam smithing more.
Almost everything
that I have needed, like Dremel, heat gun, the rolls of foam, glue. You guys have created the Ancient One and Bulma. And I add all this stuff up, and that is a little over half the things that you guys have funded completely just within the past year.
And these don't even like count the costumes that I have but haven't debuted yet, or like halfway done, or just like literally need a zipper and for me to buy a wig. Some of which would be Samus, Rapunzel / Braid Runner, which I was going to bring to Denver Pop Culture Con this year, Sailor Jupiter's school uniform,
which came a little bit too small, but I've been meaning to alter for a while. My Glow crossover cosplay I've been talking about for months. Cammy from Street Fighter needs a lot of work too, but I mean, it's so close to being completely finished and perfect. And then Agent 13, which literally just needs to have her gun holsters made, and then she's done.
You guys have made 6 costumes complete, beautiful, finished, and then have 6 more just waiting in the wings just to be finished by me. Hello.
So I don't want to make this video to be like I'm bragging or something, but it's more or less just to tell you guys that you guys have been awesome. You guys are the reason that I'm able to do what I do. And in exchange, I really hope just to be a positive influence for you and future generations of cosplayers to come. I want to kind of like leave my mark in the cosplay world and in the nerd world, hopefully by just having a positive attitude. I reckon myself to be a new cosplayer, as I've only been into this show since early 2018, and I wasn't guesting until later 2018. That's crazy considering how I went from like just having a couple costumes in my arsenal that were all like bought on eBay to guesting at conventions, logo conventions.
And I just want to continue to be a positive influence.
The cosplay world just needs a lot more people to take themselves less seriously. And though I don't portray it on camera a lot, I'm actually a very nervous public speaker. If I have to speak in front of like more than 7 people, I freeze up. So I know on camera I seem very bland, but like if you meet me in person, I'm a lot more energetic, I think. And I really hope to
communicate to people that that is okay. You don't have to be an insecure little meatball.
I mean, you can, but then you can also like laugh it off.
Does that make any sense?
Anyway, thank you guys. Thank you for being my supporters.
Thank you for sticking by me.
You know that I'm a person who
will be the first to say you do not have to support me financially. You don't have to
donate $1 or whatever, because I actually made a video last year around this time that's called Ways to Support People, cosplayers with no money, and just being able to like watch this video.
Share this video. Share my post.
Just recommend me to your friends.
That is also supporting cosplayers. So hopefully in a year I can do this video again. Thank you guys more profusely again, and hopefully I'll have that list of like 6 to 20 cosplays finished. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I love you. Bye-bye. Stay sloppy!